thought there was some swing and miss on the fastball, which is always good to see. Some good sliders, some good changeups, managed the little tweener comebacker well. I thought it was a solid start. You ask your relievers to come in and record the hitter they face first. That's really important. And I thought the double play, even though maybe it felt to you like the lead had extended, I don't think when you're in the middle of it, it feels that way. I thought the 4-6-3 was a big moment. I wish John had been able to extend that. Joe gets the punch out of Miller. That was a big moment in the game. The offensive quality today was strong. And in the midst of that, the first play of the game, Max lays out. If he doesn't make that play, that's a triple. The double play they turned, Farrow, the line drive, Myles did a nice job at first, Fisher, we caught well enough, the play in left field. It was a nice play. He didn't throw the guy out, but well done. So I think the defensive part of this holds things in check for us and kept that game where it needed to stay. But the bottom of the third inning was impressive. And I know Myles had a great day. His ball in the corner was huge. I felt like Chase Williams' ball he pushed through the 4-hole was a big one. I think there were 2 strikes, and clearly he's hitting left-handed on some of the left-handed arms. And I think we single, and we needed more, and we got more. But that was a big at-bat. And proud of the guys. Like, it's not easy to come in and play that way, and we've been here since Monday night, and you're trying to practice, and NC State was nice enough to let us use the field in the weight room, so that's much appreciated. You're trying to keep these guys ready. You don't have that kind of layoff very often throughout the course of a season. But I'm proud of the way they performed today. They were on it and executed well.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up for questions now.
For Link or either of you guys, Coach Pollard said that he felt like some of the 2-strike pitches were executed well and there were just better swings on it. Is that what you guys saw in the course of that third inning especially?
Yeah, from my perspective, the guys did a nice job. And those are quality arms, a lot of them. I mean, a ton of lefties. They've got good right-handed pitching. So they can talk about what they saw and felt, but I think he's right. Our guys did a nice job of hanging in there and decelerating if needed and putting some of those things in play. And when you put it in play, it can be productive. Fisher did it, Chase did it, and I'm going to forget. There was a flurry of things that happened on the positive side, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with him. We really try to focus on hanging in there with 2 strikes and just putting the ball in play, let the defense work and make them actually have to make the out. And so, yeah, I think we just did a good job 1 through 9 today of hanging in there with 2 strikes and just trying to put the ball in play.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. I think we just felt good today, and it showed.
Myles, for you, 2 home runs today, but that second one, I gotta ask, among the farther balls you've hit, I mean, is that the farthest one you feel like you've hit?
I think so, yeah. I mean, in high school we didn't have distances and all that, so you have no clue, but yeah, I mean, that's probably definitely the furthest one.
What do you think when you look at your freshman season and the way it's unfolded? What's been kind of your trajectory? How do you feel like what's been the biggest key for your success as a freshman?
Just doing the things that I know that I can, and working on the things that I know that work, and building on the things that I know I need to build on to be a better player.
Link, for you, you're hard on these guys in terms of swing decisions, especially early in counts and over the last few weeks. Do you feel like you've seen improvement in that in terms of especially going from the Carolina series to today against Duke?
Overall, yes. Each offensive team's personality is different. And you can look at what was in the middle of that lineup last year and where they are now, and you knew that this team is different. This team at times felt to me a little reckless offensively, but aggressive and reckless can still be productive and dangerous. And then you're hoping that the pitch selection is good enough so that the aggression does allow you to do what needs to be done in terms of the ratio of extra base hits. So we're getting there. I mean, today was great. Like, if you look at that, you say, sure. But I do feel there are times when, the execution of the pitches and other things make it look like it can be a little bit reckless. But maturing, clearly. Different team, absolutely. The defensive part of this, really helps, and so does the arm talent. But overall, it has trended in a positive direction.
Link, you often talk about Jackson's quality at bats, but 2 homers in the last 7 games. It feels like we're starting to see some of the impactful swings that we saw throughout the fall and preseason. Just do you feel like he's starting to get back to that impactful spot?
Yeah, the stats are a reflection of how things have gone for you, but I don't think it's fully accurate with his. And it's been a long season, and I know what the stats are, and I also feel the quality of the at-bat overall has been far better than what the stats might say, and I know that he delivered at this time of year for us last year and further into the postseason, and I recognize that. And the little bunt, like he had an option of where he wanted to bunt that. Like he does things to help move the game along, and I thought he had some good blocks. Thought he did a nice job receiving, so happy for him.
Alex, for you, just as a captain on the team and one of the leaders that guys look to, what was your message to your teammates after you had a tough weekend against Carolina moving into postseason?
Yeah, I think it was just we were definitely a little reckless last weekend, and we kind of just came into this trip and this week and as a chance to almost get some redemption and kind of bounce back from what we've done. Coach talks about like bouncing back from things all the time, and you've got to be able to let go of some stuff that might have happened last week, whether it was a bad weekend or just one bad game. You got to be able to bounce back and deliver a result in the next game. And so I think we just tried to come out swinging and just damage and put some good at-bats together.
It was probably the mini golf competition yesterday that really honed things in. Balls smaller, like club, probably helped. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who won that?
Blue team.
We divided it into 4 teams of 11, and the blue squad, I can't remember, everyone was we had 4 different colored balls, so the blue group won. Vellini actually had the shot of 35.
Yeah.
And we divide up so there's a colored ball in each group so it polices itself, and you're not worried about shenanigans. So it was a nice course.
Yeah.
Circling back to Myles, and I know he's had some kind of big burst games like this, right? Like I don't know, it seems like his home runs have come in bunches at times. Curious, Coach, what do you think when you look at his development, his maturation as a freshman, how it's progressed, and when things are going well for him, what's the key to that?
Well, there's always a streakiness to this stuff, and sometimes you get feeling good and it goes, and then there's other times for whatever reason you're not picking it up as well, or you can't shake a tough at bat, and then that leads to another one. So that's part of the process, and I think he's hung in there on some really good left-handed arms. You saw it today. We've seen it all year. The numbers would tell you that, and he's had some big moments. What's hidden in all this is the play at first base, the quality of the first base defense. That's been awesome, and you had not played a lot for any.
No, I played a little bit, but
Not much, right? Third
Not
outfield.
much.
Yeah, third and outfield. So to just put somebody at first base is easier said than done, and he has worked really hard and has grown as much defensively as he has offensively. But he puts in the time and the reps, and hopefully some of the things we do over the long haul help these guys with how we go about our work in the cages and what we do. But they have to put in the work, and you have to bring the work into competition. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to succeed at a high level.
Myles, 2-part question. Who's the better putt-putt player between you and Alex?
I didn't see him play, but I'm gonna go with me just because.
We have the score. I still have the scorecards.
Well, I mean, I kind of got a little shaky towards the end. Like I missed one, and I just fell apart from there. So
I definitely had the better score.
That tells you about the at bat. Yeah, you got to
Last
shake
hour.
off a little putt.
That's everybody playing golf, Myles. Don't worry. Actual question for you now. What's the biggest eye-opening experience for you going from high school to this level of D1 baseball?
just the pitching. The pitching is just completely different. I mean, you see guys that are out there that don't even pitch, that are just lobbing the ball in there. Now all these guys are high-level guys that got a scholarship to come play at Division I baseball, and they're trying to get a spot beyond this. So you have guys trying to beat you in high school, you didn't. So it's just the pitching is a lot different.
Link, Joe's been pretty consistent now for a while. Just what do you feel like has allowed him to kind of settle into the role that he's in the bullpen?
I felt like he fiddled at times, and Micah deals with him far more than I do, but some grip and adjustment and this and that and this and pitch shape and pitch design. Hey, at some point you got to go out there and let it eat a little bit and be consistent. So you're taking the work that you do into the game, and then once you're on the right track, you have to stay with it. And I think he's been more consistent with his approach to what he's doing when he gets out there. And Joe's older, but the workload is not what you might think it is. So he's not deep in an inning total for a senior. It's still, I think, a work in progress for him. And when he aligns it, you see that kind of outing. And we needed it. That punch out of Miller was a huge moment in the game. Huge moment.
Any more questions? All right, thanks, guys.